Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're back with another episode of Let's Play Doki Workshop. In the last episode, I was very tired and we recorded it late at night and I had to record it twice. And what we did in that episode is Sayori introduced herself and she started acting a little bit strange. This episode, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure that out when we load up the game. Okay. We shared it with Sayori and then she just had to go home. So who are we gonna share it with next? Probably. I think I'll go with Yuri like we always do. Well done, Griffin. You definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all of the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Griffin? Well, you know, I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Even my opinions are just options, you know. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. For me to have to become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable for me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A manifold millions of years in the making, where the home of the earth chaotically meets the surface under the clean blue sky and express of bliss. But benefit the great rolling clouds and endless in-game, the easiest world to get lost in. Is the one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where that sand is wet, but where that sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will it all of a sudden send you crashing down into it in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutical, the breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempered by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and abandon my peace to and go at the shore. Drift forward and that is, I don't even know what that says. So, never to the earth forever. Jeez, I need to, I'm aware the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was assuming that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. Satsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again, as opposed to better compare differences in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. We're gonna do Monica. Hi, Griffin. Have you thought about when you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in the club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica see the poem I'm holding in my hands. Ha! It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together. I see. That reminds me, about how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Griffin, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you right now. Alright. The lady who knows everything, as an old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything, beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. Here I am, a feather. Lost adrift but in the sky, victim of currents in the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist, but when all else failed me, when all else have turned away, the legend is all that reminds me, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky until one day the wind cares to blow. What is it doing? I fall and I fall and fall and fall, even more gentle as a feather edge, wide quill, express realness. Oh my gosh. When a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady, I look at her eyes to find no end to her gaze. Gaze of fate from human defense. The lady knows everything, knows what I'm thinking before I can speak. She responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Oh, that was a pretty good poem, actually. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if I had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there was one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everyone was okay, wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? I can really the sharing to get lukewarm responses to something you put so much into. But I'll find other people who enjoy writing and sharing becomes a lot easier. Because I'm interested in just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad. They'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, now we gotta share with Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah, about as good as this is anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course, I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a complaint to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. I just... that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah! Natsuki's elbow contact is next to my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach. That sounds like something else. That sounds like I'll be your a word, like a bad word. Anyways, your mind is so full of troubles and fears that just diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with the brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way I thought I had left you long ago. I told you long ago on the road. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. Okay? I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about every day. I'll be the beach that you hardly okay. Now somebody anyway, I thought I had left you long ago. Yeah, I told you long ago on the rock. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. Yeah, that's until a hurricane goes on the beach and then destroys your house. What Yuri's take on was a little more solemn. Well, she's better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same. You can really see her doing that too, making us write about the simple topic and trying to impress me, like coming up with something all fancy. Well, not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. I At the very least, it was a good practice. Okay. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. It is weird to just say something strange just now. Something did sound a bit unusual, that's right. You deviated from usual catchphrase when you were addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase, jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Like, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Singing in a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Oh no. Your books maybe. Hopefully. But the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sigh. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everything's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. I was thinking, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well. So much for you being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But I need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. As for you, Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm used to this. No, that's not it at all. The most talented person here you know. Now, Natsuki's pouting too. I can tell now. I guess I never get Yuri enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but I can't also be a leader of my own. Then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have a beautiful handwriting, you know. You should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful help, Yuri. Anyway, that just leaves you, Griffin, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. If Monica suggests I spend the weekend with one of my club members, how on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monica is going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Griffin may not like to be around you, only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to his thing with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making an excuse for Griffin too. What are you saying? I will be extremely meticulous. That will be extremely meticulous. And baking isn't. Just what do you think? Guys. Let's sit down for a moment. Thank you, Monica. You said thank you, Brahman. I'm not helping either of them. And to end, I think it's up to Griffin to decide how he'd like to issue it. Thank you. I'm gonna decide it. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a good chance to spend any time with me yet. Stop trying to persuade me to spend time with you, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm sure he's interested in you. What he just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, no. Jeez, we can just settle this already. Yeah. Griffin, you're okay with this, right? in the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. I don't want to spend my week with Sayori, she's acting strange, and I just want to make sure that she's alright. I mean, if it's not going to be anyone that I prefer helping Sayori, I mean, we're already neighbors, and Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? No! Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Oh, what? Okay, well then, I get... Yuri and Natsuki did more persuading me, so I'm gonna go with Monica. Well, I guess you should probably be helping Monica. Yay, you picked me! Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Monica, you're the only one who needs the least help out of all of us. Yeah, but I agree with Natsuki. Not only is her work already more suitable for one person, we already have Sayori as well. But Griffin was the one who... that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let your motives interfere with this decision. Your motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's complete false, Monica. Yeah, we have a whole lot of work to do today, you know? We won't go as good of a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the call, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So you're going to the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. So, it's technically most logical we're going to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Okay, that's not really what I wanted it to be like, but... Okay, there's only one word that says eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch tiger, bias to, if he hollers, then if eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, well I guess we're doing it with Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying, ugh! So you'll be helping Yuri then, Griffin? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm good. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I'd be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour, so that's everything we need to go over. Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, I'm excited. Well, excited may not be the right word. I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little. Do you feel the same way, Griffin? Me? I guess you can say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? Why? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri actually goes between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I didn't really know why Griffin picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cookies I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. But why? Well, the one act, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that, but you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if it's just like bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words, when she already had trouble with words trying to cheer someone up. Must be far out from her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at the time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of this whole event. Ah, I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. With that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door. They chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize that you don't have any way of contacting you, like, this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. You're in to exchange phone numbers, okay. Then I'll be starting by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I'd be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I can manage to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Griffin. I think that we'll be a very productive team, even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, don't you actually think that do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I choose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to yourself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you were overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you what I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks very hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her a tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out of the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday, even though I prefer to do this with Sayori. My anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, but who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. What do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. I just go with it and then I have a good time. Okay. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep to myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is very introvert and also intimidated person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she went to the club earlier the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, it is really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me. And I said to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Yuri's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play it so often that we made a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to the bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori. Hi, Griffin. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's been as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animal and water decorations that she's had for years now. If If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I ended up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Are you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. Isn't it only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just want to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's not good, Griffin. Why can't it just be like it always has been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Griffin. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Griffin? I guess I have no other choice this time. The thing is, I've had very bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think that I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. No reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am. Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just wanted to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me in the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me just not to think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like you've been betrayed by your close friend. As if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do is tell me. You don't understand it at all, Griffin. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Having everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Why is this funny? I'm actually about to cry in real life. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings. No, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Griffin. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But it was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. This is why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pour her into a tight embrace. Griffin. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Griffin. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. Instead of sobbing next to my ear, no, don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Griffin. Sayori barely managed to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out who needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Griffin. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think it would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day with her, I would. Of all the days, this has to be one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Yuri shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. That actually was real sad. That almost made me cry. Oh my gosh, that was actually kind of sad. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach her house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Oh, she has different clothes on. Okay. Thank goodness. I kinda like this photo, isn't this photo? You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for me a long time? No, I just got here. But I was starting to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri into my room, but the first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. So queen. I queen before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No, I would have been really embarrassed for my room to be a mess when you were here. Well, I do enjoy queening. I would have gladly helped you queen. That would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a gesture of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I'm having things planned you can help me with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood, lightning, aromatherapy, that's candles. Yeah, I like candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help you take our guests to a faraway place. Although I may stop by just out of curiosity and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to refine an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. If something that I like, it's something I like about you actually. Is that so? That makes me feel really relieved. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. I rummaged through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and wooden cylinder-shaped objects. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I'm going to cover the windows with black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think it'd be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Is that so? This is my favorite contributions to the positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Ooh, I like magic. I've got some magic in me. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. We could have been superstars. Remember we were jacking cars. Yuri, it ain't safe for you. You switched like a switch. It's just a moment. A thin ray of vapor begins to sprout. There's a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of model is that one for? That's for just mine essential oil. Just mine. Just mine! Yo, how you doing, just mine? Oh, good. It's just been. No, it's just not. It's also a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose Jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. I feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think it will be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. We seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spoils of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the original paper like the origami paper like I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We would be using that paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write different words, a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. 100? That's so much! Oh yeah. What will those be used for? I'm running up pieces of ribbon and hang them from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be so beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? That actually be kind of cool. It also gets the eye of those passing by the room. That may attract some to pique interest. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I'm supposed to get a little in test, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Whoa! MC thinking a little bit dirty, I guess. Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here is a marker, Griffin. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I'm finished cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best, and I manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unreveals the long strand of red ribbon to her desiredly, and she reaches in her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Whoa! Okay. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is really gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Before I read, I'd like to tell you something that happened last night that happened with the pocket knife of my own. I had this really nice, beautiful black and metallic green pocket knife, and I was sitting in my room, and then I heard a noise. It had been windy, so I thought it was the tree, but then I knew it was the tree because I looked outside and the tree wasn't moving at all. And it sounded like a person, so I freaked out. I grabbed my hockey stick and my metallic green pocket knife. And while I was moving my hockey stick, I had the knife in my hand, it slipped, and I accidentally cut myself with the knife. So, yeah, that's just a quick story about the pocket knife. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You want to think it's weird? Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own. You promise you won't be weirded out? Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kinda into knives. Me too, I have a lot of knives actually. Not like knives, but a lot of them are daggers, but yeah. But they're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling the danger. Maybe that kinda does make sense actually. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. Yeah, quite a kid like that. Yeah. The kid that says 47 comes after AK, and the AK comes before 47. And then everyone runs away. No, I'm just kidding. Not right, but yeah. But I think it's kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of an nah. Besides you, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Relax her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Very carefully into the knife with the handle facing me. I turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of sharpness, I feel the point. Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife in with my index finger. Ow! Griffin! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh god, wow. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeeze it, Mitch, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts her finger on my mouth and licks the wound. Whoa! Hey! That's a little bit. I feel her tongue curl on my finger. Whoa, this is sus. I instinctively pull my hand back. Please forgive me, I wasn't thinking. Yuri was her head and her face blowing up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I just like that? I'm sorry. Sure it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess I was just trying to help, right? Yeah, I think you're overreacting, Little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Griffin! Did you really just do that? And now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. Haha. I knew that'd be a bad idea. It's not the sweet aroma of jasmine oil. The air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Griffin. Yuri giggles shyly. You calling me weird? Yuri calling me weird. I have no response to that. When you hear bandages, I don't think I need one. It was a tiny cut. Like it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out as looks better than I expected. And will be very effective as a door cover. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Oh, thanks. Just like I saw a lot, really. Alright, I think we went to the next task. Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tables. Oh, that's right. Time to get. I must have paint. Yeah, don't do that. Do not stuff paint, kids. Or anyone, actually, for that matter. Don't stuff paint. Your cold brain cells will not be dumb. One of the times Yuri has asked me to buy, one of the items Yuri has asked me to buy was a watercolor paint tables. We need about 6 sets of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching that for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water? I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Just a little bit of water is okay. If we fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use a small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then I bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back. What the? Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. It's too hot in here. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. Why was she pulling her sleeve back? That's a little bit suspicious. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly assists me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a grad in it. I can't read across the banner. Starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and then nighttime. Okay. Once it dries, I'll write inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the club with the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as the color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels like a lot like art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry I feel too childish. No, I didn't mean it like that. It's kind of fun, you know. I wish I could go back to elementary school sometimes. Being an adult sucks. Being in high school sucks. It is fun. I'm glad that you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself, for me, I don't need to go out and crazy to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like running into my time with one other person. Even if something simple like reading, it doesn't matter. Even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to you makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, or simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unsaid paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Cap! So sorry. Yuri reels back and quickly lifts my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. I just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There's droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. There's something on my face. Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rushed to fetch a small towel. Then I dampened it with hot water. I returned to my room and kneeled back down in front of Yuri. Here. I patted on Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot and I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand. Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Eh? Just a little longer. It feels very nice. I keep my hand against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as she has a daze and enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is the robot of Jasmine only give me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers then wrapped around my wrist, sending a tightening sensation through my arm. My chair. Hey. Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist. Okay, I already read that. And suddenly your face seems much closer than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem calm to it, like she's unable to focus. I am in silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hastily retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it! I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm very happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but that'll take a while. Well, perhaps it would be the best to leave it here and you bring it in the morning. I can do that. I can do the lettering in the class before the event starts. Is it okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew! You seem like your grad's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have some extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. The important thing is we got everything done right. Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems like a little downcast. I understand why. It's surrounded where she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait! I had to say that without thinking. About today, it's fine we didn't have as much time as you wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forget you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles blushfully. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. You're very thoughtful, Griffin. Yuri takes so close to me that briefly squeezes my hand. Why is she so close to me? It's kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I didn't even get the chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Hi, Griffin. Sayori? No, we weren't. Just now, we weren't. It's okay, Griffin. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it was nice to see you. I'm sorry. I'm already on my way to leave. Really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll be able to meet together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sorry, Beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Hurry embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried studying in my room, but my immigration was being really mean to me, my imagination, so I had to come here to see it for myself. See what you were talking about, you know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. You made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. She has such a fun and serious face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Griffin? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sorry, don't say that. It's true, Griffin. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica's right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you isn't the burden of your mind. It's making it out to me. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes the entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulders to reassure her. I'm scared, Griffin. I'm really scared. What are you scared, sir? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Griffin, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to be hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always was your best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if I don't understand all of your feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. I love you. I love you. Those are my true feelings, so there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. Spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day. It helped me realize that you're truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day. With you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Griffin. Suddenly Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Griffin, is this really okay? Yeah. It held Sayori in my arms and pulled her closer. You never have to let go of me again. I love you, Griffin. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this, Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I've always thought this would be the happiest moment for my life, but why? Even now? Oh, I thought I was going to do the opposite without doing that. Why wouldn't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Griffin. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again, but no matter how long it takes, I'll be there with you every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Oh, okay. I trust you. So and I slowly reach each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you studying? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same as it always has been, even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. Well, go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Griffin. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really sad, This is the best thing for me, right? I don't understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say, but in reality I had never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or different or slightly different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Alright guys, I think we're gonna end off this video here, and then next time, I'll probably put the next video Sunday or Monday. It's probably be out on the day I upload it, because I just have time to publish it and edit it. But I think we're gonna end off here, just because we did a lot in this episode, and it's already been an hour, and that's kind of how I want my videos to be. So I think we're gonna end off here. If you liked the video, then check out my other videos, and also please like and subscribe. It would really help me out, especially after all the work I put into last night's video. You can go watch that, and then you can tell you about the story. Also, I think if you don't subscribe, then something bad is gonna happen to you. And by bad, I mean that Yuri, Monica, and Sayori and Natsuki are gonna hack your Roblox account and steal all your Robux. I say that all the time. I should think of everyone. You think of something new. How about if you don't like and subscribe, then your favorite team will never win the Super Bowl ever again. So yes, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Let's Play Doki Doki Road Club. Until then, peace out.